So far we have created up to this far, we have created a carousel slider, then we have created all those grid sections, and right now we are aware of what will be the outcome in case of these mobile responsive cases. That means in this particular 320 pix device display, what will be the outcome of it in case of 480 pix, and we are aware of the fact that how to use @media query to use into our project and to make everything device specific, a specific size for a variety of media device with. Now we will be concentrating into the next part where we have created this particular gallery design. As we can see that this is the gallery here. These are the thumbnails, those being used here, and we are now about to create all those things. So let's proceed to create that same thumbnail and gallery preview into our project as we have seen in our previous case. If we get back to our text editor, we can see that we have already created a separate block of content where we will be producing that particular thumbnail gallery, and this is the segment where we are about to create that. So right now in the first case, let's create this div class container first. Everything will be as usual. We will be creating this div class container first, then we will be creating this row, and we will be creating some columns inside. So the basic factor is, if we look into the previous project, this is a big image in the extreme left side, on clicking which the whole image will be now opening into the same tab with some kind of lightbox effect. And these are the thumbnail previews that we can see in the extreme right part. On clicking each of these individual images, those will be now created into the same tab with the particular lightbox effect that we were talking about. So in that case, the very first thing that we have to do, we have to create these two provisions here. So there will be two block of elements in the first case. So this is exactly what that we are going to create into our project. In the first case, all we need to do, we need to create a div class call for, say, we will be consuming up to 5 columns here. And in the second case, we will be creating another block for those thumbnail previews, those we have seen in our project. So these are the two provisions, those are made in the earlier case. Now let's get to Google, and here we will be typing as media in Materialize. Materialize CSS. This is the first thing that we are going to see. This is the media Materialize. Now if we right click into and open it up into a separate tab, we can see that this is the material box class which is being used with all those same properties here. Clicking on the image, it will be opening into a wider volume of that particular image, and clicking outside, it will be restraining, it will be getting back to its original dimension. So this is the first thing that we need to know. In the second case, if we get to this initialization, we can see that a class material boxed is being used to activate this particular initialization. So that is why we will be taking these two factors into concern. In the first case, we need to copy this thing. This is the markup language that we need to copy. Now if we get back to our project into text editor, in the very first case, put it down. This is the image class material boxed. So we can see that we are using practically an image class of material box with and width of 650 pix and it has a definite source. Now we need to change this source. This is the images folder that we have created. So if we now get back to it, we can see that all these things are those images, those we'll be using into our project. So in the very first case, let's assume that we will be using this 3.jpg or 4.jpg. So all we have to do, we have to replace this file name with 4.jpg. Now if we press Ctrl S and get back to our project and reload, now we can see that here comes the particular image that we have used here. This is the image that we have used. So if we click it, for the time being, we won't be able to see any kind of changes into it. This is because of the fact we haven't initialized anything yet. So in the next case, all we need to do, we need to initialize this particular lightbox effect used in Materialize. In that respect, all we need to do, we need to get back to their official website, and here comes this initialization, where we can see that this is the particular JavaScript which can be used in this purpose, and this is the jQuery initialization. So all we need to do, as we have done previously, this initialization of jQuery into our project, we can see that everything was in there. So we do not need anything else like this ready function of this, all those sort of things inside. The only thing that does matter here, we have to copy this particular command from here. We will be getting back to our project and we will be pasting it here. So press Ctrl S, get back to your project and reload. Now if we click here, we can see that it is currently working. There absolutely no problem. Now if we press Ctrl Shift M and move down, we can see that this is not the exact thing that we were expecting. It is not practically a responsive image that we were expecting in this particular case. So all we need to do, we need to make this image responsive.